Let's start with a key question that deserves your reflection right now. Have you ever wondered what you really lose when you think it's just killing time? At first glance, it may seem like an abstract idea, but after decades of life, I came to a deep conclusion. It is not just hours, minutes, or days that escape through my fingers. What truly gets lost is much more valuable. The very essence of who we are. Have you noticed how easy it is to be carried away by empty activities? Spending hours rolling with purposeless social networks, consuming content that adds nothing, or diving into endless conversations that only drain your energy and focus. How many days have you lived? Perhaps you think this is just a moment of rest, an escape from the problems, or a necessary break. But what if I say behind the seemingly harmless habit is a much greater risk hide? It is the gradual erosion of what you are and what could become if it did not allow your identity to dilute in the void. I do not say this without foundation. I've been through this experience myself. There were phases where I believed it was just wasting time until I realized that I was really losing much more. I was losing myself. In Jewish tradition, there is a wise teaching that has always accompanied me. Time is not just a sequence of moments that pass. He is a divine gift, the fabric that composes our soul and gives meaning to existence. When we let this time go to futility, we are actually allowing our essence to be lost, and this is much more serious than any material loss or loss of status. Now, I want to share with you a story that has forever changed my perspective on time and life. A story that, I hope, make you rethink your own choices. When I was young, just like many, my priority was to build a career, accumulate goods, and seek immediate pleasures. Until an event transformed everything, the loss of my grandfather, a figure that represented wisdom and spiritual strength to me. When he was gone, I felt that I had not lost only one loved one, but also an anchor that kept me connected to what really mattered. So I wondered, what will I leave as a legacy? What am I doing today not to lose myself in the rush and preserve my identity? The answer was simple and, at the same time, terrifying. If I didn't start valuing every minute and living with conscience, I would eventually become a shadow of myself. In the next part, I will show you how I learned to give proper value to time and keep myself in rhythm in the rapid pace of modern life. I will share practical experiences and guidance so that you also find your way without getting lost in the way and living with fullness. But after all, what does lose yourself mean by wasting time? In youth, just like most, I lived as if time were an inexhaustible resource. I thought everything could be postponed. After all, there would always be one tomorrow, a next week, a new year. I worked hard, tried to ascend professionally, socialized and distracted me, but gradually a feeling of emptiness was settling. On the outside, everything seemed movement. Inside, just silence. It was as if I was dissolving in occupations that did not bring me genuine realization. So my disconnection began with myself. It was then that I met a wise man, an elder who lived according to the principles of Jewish tradition. He told me something apparently simple but deeply impactful. Time is not just a clock scoring hours. It's your own life, your soul. When you allow it to be spent on trivialities, it is actually consuming yourself, like a spanning without purpose. These words echoed inside me for a long time. He told me about his youth during World War II when he lost family, home, and everything he loved. But one thing remained intact, its inner flame, the desire to preserve its identity and beliefs. Wasting time is serious, he said, but losing himself is like dying in life, even with his body still in motion. But what does it really mean, losing yourself? At first, this idea was not clear to me. Over time, I understood that it is when we stop being honest with us, when we abandon our dreams and value us in exchange for what society, fear, or convenience imposes on us. It is the moment when we become strange to ourselves. I will give a concrete example. I know a man named David who, as a young man, dreamed of being a musician, playing violin, and thrilling people. However, life led him another way: family, work, responsibilities. Every day, he postponed his dream to after, until, without realizing it, he became a successful executive, but with an inner void, the longing for what could have been. He thought he was just wasting time, but in fact he was wasting himself. Now imagine a different situation. My aunt, at age 40, decided to resume studies and return to music, despite the fears and uncertainties. She dared to change direction and today plays piano, teaches children, and lives in harmony with herself. Even when it seemed time, it was escaping. It did not allow its essence to be lost. These stories taught me a valuable lesson. In order not to get lost, we need to learn to respect our time and deeper desires. No matter what age or circumstances, the essential thing is to reserve at least a few minutes to reconnect with yourself, hear your inner voice, and understand what you really want. Here are some strategies that help me in this process: time awareness. Do not let it drain like sand between the fingers. Write down how you use it, whether in a diary or rapid notes reveals which activities are important and which are just meaningless distractions. Set priorities. Focus on the tasks that bring you closer to your goals and values. Do not be afraid to refuse what does not add energy or purpose to you. Time for you, even if it's only 10 minutes of meditation, prayer, or silence daily. These moments can restore your connection with yourself. Choose your companies well. The people around you influence your energy. Seek those that inspire you and support you. Learn to say no. It is an essential ability to not make commitments that consume your time, in essence, without return. Do not fear the changes. If you feel that you are on the wrong way, take a step, even small, toward what you really want. I remember how to resist leaving my comfort zone, but when I started acting, it all started to transform. I went back to feel alive, authentic. Each of us is born with a unique gift, a soul and talents that distinguish us. Our mission is not to allow time and circumstances to stuff this essence, for when we lose, we also lose the meaning and joy of existing. Looking back, I realize that what really matters is not the amount of days lived, but the quality of each of them. It is the ability to be faithful to yourself, to live with integrity and wisdom. And if you feel that you are getting lost, remember, you can always start over. There is no force majeure than that of someone determined to be who is truly. It is never too late to rescue your essence and live as you always dreamed. Stay with me, because ahead is the most precious wisdom, the one that will help you preserve yourself and your soul in a world full of temptations and agitation. We now come to the heart of our conversation, a moment to unite the wires of what we have discussed so far. We talk about time not like mere pointers on a clock, but it's the fabric that makes up our existence, our essence. We'd understand that wasting time is to waste ourselves, our dreams and hopes. But how to prevent this from happening? How to stay tight amid the frantic rhythm of modern life? First and most fundamental answer is consciousness. Without it, we are like a drift boat, no rudder or candles. The world changes fast, distractions multiply, and we get lost in insignificant details. The phone, social networks, empty conversations, all this steals our time, and with it, steals who we really are. By consciousness is the act of waking up every morning and asking yourself, what will I do today to approach my true self? Many believe this is complex or unreachable, but it is just a practice that is cultivated. Start with small steps, a minute of silence, a deep breath. Note where your time is being spent. Write down your thoughts, desires, and fears. This will bring you back to yourself. The second pillar is a priority. Where do you invest your energy? And what also matters to you are on other expectations and fleeting pleasures and doubts and fears. We live under constant pressure from family, society, work, but your life is your responsibility. You are the owner of your time and soul. Here, I remember the words of a wise rabbi. Maybe you live for something bigger, does not fear losing the little things. When you have a clear purpose and understand the meaning of your existence, it is not distracted by the superfluous. It does not allow the trivial to destroy its inner balance. And the third point is the courage to change. We are often afraid to take the first step toward dreams, fear of change, fear of judgment or failure. But no, the biggest risk is to remain where it is, getting lost slowly, day after day. Life is a gift, and no one guarantees tomorrow. Each day is a new chance to start over, to choose your way, and to follow it with pride and faith. I saw people 40, 50, up to 60 years old reinvent their lives, resume sleeping dreams, and find happiness inspiring others around. It's never too late. Now, I speak directly with you. You feel tired, lost. It seems that time drips between your fingers. Stop, take a deep breath, and tell yourself, I deserve to live fully. I deserve to be who I am. Start with small gestures. Respect your time. Learn to say no to what doesn't make you grow. Hoard yourself from people who support and inspire you. Find moments of silence to hear your soul. If you follow this path, you will not get lost. Will become the owner of your time and your life. And even the simplest days will be filled with meaning and joy. Thank you for having come here. This wisdom is not just theory, it is life experience that I want to share so that more people can benefit. If this theme resonates with you, if you want to explore with me the depths of Jewish wisdom and find light even in the most difficult situations, follow the space. Here, we'll talk about what really matters, sharing stories that inspire and help not to get lost on the way. Do not miss the next content. Together we will become the journey back to Himself lighter and lighter. May your life be full of purpose. May every moment be yours, authentic and valuable. Take care. And remember, the most precious you own is yourself. See you soon. And don't get lost, because without you, time is just a void.